NBA remains on LeBron James' watch after he informed the Lakers earlier this week that he will play season 24 elsewhere. And it's been a busy offseason to date. The Lakers looking to move towards the future. On June 24th, we found out that Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year max deal. Then it was Tuesday this week. LeBron let the Lakers know they could move on without him as he is leaving the organization to become a free agent. And on Wednesday, the Lakers made a flurry of signings and trades, most notably trading 2 first-round picks and throwing in 2 first-round pick swaps for Utah center Walker Kessler. We bring in our guy Joe Fortenbaugh into the mix with Kendrick Perkins and David Dennis Jr. So it's currently constructed.
There's no audience.
Hold on. So as currently constructed, is this Lakers roster better today than it was when LeBron James was playing?
No, maybe they'll get there in the future, but you're losing a lot of key things here. Number one, he can still play. He might not be elite, but he can still play. He's also coming at a discount to wherever he's going to go, so the value he adds to a team on a cost per basis is going to be extraordinary. We just watched Jaylen Brown get moved out of Boston because in part of how much he costs. LeBron's going to be so cheap, he's going to come out as one of the most valuable players in the NBA this year. So that's number one. Number two, the interest level in the Lakers plummets with him gone. Plummets. It's still the Lakers. We're still interested, but we're not nearly as interested. And if we're not nearly as interested, tickets, jerseys, all that stuff goes out the window. And then number three, who takes all the heat every time something goes wrong in LA? Whether it's his fault or not, LeBron's been your bulletproof shield for the better part of a decade. That's not going to happen anymore. Everybody else who's been able to hide behind LeBron, now all of a sudden, you're going to be in the spotlight. Heat's coming for you. So no, not better off today now that LeBron's gone.
A new big three, David. Walker Kessler, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic. Is that big three in this roster as it stands better than when it had LeBron?
So on a annual, like from last year to this year, they're probably going to end up in the same spot as they were with LeBron James. I see them as probably a first-round exit, even though they've signed Austin Reeves and they got Milk Chamberlain over there, Walker Kessler doing this thing as a big. But for the long haul, they needed to move on from LeBron James. They need to move on, and they don't want to do this is the final hurrah for LeBron. They want to get into the Luka Doncic era. They wanted to move on to building around him, and they really could not do that with LeBron James because, as you said, LeBron James had taken a discount. He was not taking a discount to come back to LA. For LA, he was going to tax them for what he had been doing there and what he felt like he owed from that team. So he was going to take up a massive amount of that cap room. He's only taking that discount to go somewhere else to make him happy. So they were not going to be able to make these moves in LA. So I think for the overall next 2 to 3 years, for them to move into fully the Luka Doncic era, not have 1 foot in the LeBron era, 1 foot in the future, I think it was an overall benefit for the Lakers to just see what you have with this guy and try to build around who is going to be the future of your organization.
I'm sorry, but if I feel like it's a lot of disrespect right now, especially from you, Joe, when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, the brand in itself. Okay, like, let's put some respect there. It's still the Lakers. On top of that, you have an international superstar in Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is still must-see TV. Luka Doncic is still going to put butts in the seat. Luka Doncic is still going to sell jerseys. He led the league in scoring last year. Like, Luka Doncic is still one of those dudes. So on top of that, what you added around him, the Lakers are going to be one of the better, if not the best offensive team in the league. Now, do they have some defensive, issues that they need to address on the perimeter? Absolutely. But they got better with Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler was one of the best lob threat guys in the league last year. And I know a lot of people out there didn't get an opportunity to see him because he was playing on the Utah Jazz, and the Jazz didn't have a lot of national televised games.
And he only played 5 games. No one saw him because he only played 5 games.
Listen, well, he's going to play more. He's going to play more. And you're going to see the value in him. What I'm telling you is, I think Rob Pelinka has done an outstanding job because, make no mistake about it, when LeBron James announced that he was leaving the Los Angeles Lakers, the Lakers were on life support. All of a sudden, Rob Pelinka became a miracle worker. And when you think about them getting Sandro Mamu, I'm still trying to work on the whole pronunciation of his name.
Season don't start to October. But, take your time.
No, I ain't, we don't have enough time in this show for me to pronounce his name, okay? This is gonna have to be a 2-3 week process. That's first and foremost. But when you think about what he did for the Toronto Raptors last year, he's one of the best shooting bigs for a stretch in the floor. So offensively, they got what they need. Like they're gonna be right in the thick of things. It's not too many teams. Obviously the Spurs and OKC. After that, we can't just say that the Denver Nuggets or the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Houston Rockets are just better than this team, the Los Angeles Lakers, with a healthy Luka Doncic.
Problem was, you had defensive issues prior to everything that happened this offseason. Then you went out, you gave up a bunch of assets, you spent a bunch of money, you still have defensive issues. And in the modern NBA, your offense is your floor. Everybody can score in the NBA right now. The team that ranked dead last in scoring this season would have been top 5 in scoring 10 years ago. Everybody can score. When you get to the playoffs, it's about stops. You saw it with the Spurs against OKC, and then you saw it again in the Knicks series when offenses go cold and legs get tired. The Lakers didn't improve their defense. Letting James go, it's the right move because you need to start the new era. But whether or not you got better, I disagree. I don't think the team got better.
Pert, when you go to the cookout this weekend and you don't see no wings there, you're going to turn around and go home. So I don't know why you're going to accept the Lakers if they don't have any wings on their team. That's a very important part. Like, who is their starting wings going to be? Quentin Grimes? Like, no disrespect to him. They need that. They need that versatility. They need defense. They need, so like, Mamu is decent, but they need some wings on that team, and I don't know where they're going to get them from.
Well, look, let me say this to you. First of all, when I go to the cookout tomorrow, I'm all about ribs and brisket, okay? I eat wings enough throughout the course of the week. So let's get that understood. Second of all,
have at least 2 wings at the cookout.
They had an underrated signing that flew under the radar in Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton is going to bring that tenacity and that edge that they've been missing off the bench. And I don't believe that Rob Pelinka is done. He still has room to improve to go and get the wings. But the biggest issue was to address and get, quote unquote, a A-list center. And I believe they went and got one of the best centers that was available on the market in Walker Kessler.
All this food talk is making me really hungry. All right. On paper, the 76ers look like a team that can shift the power dynamic in the East. So is it time the rest of the conference starts worrying about Jaylen Brown and Philly? Fresh hour of First Take on the way.